Nothing to do with it.
Okay.
Which is my.
Looked at how sweet,
Yeah.
I'm always
Exactly. Yeah.
Did you know?
What would you like to call? Easy to. Yes.
I'll just.
Mhm.
So I have someone who said she was the mother. That was in January.
Yes, it was an earthquake.
They upgraded it for 5.4.
Yes.
Will you come back here or just gonna see how it goes? Just see. Yeah. Right.
They always think people.
Oh, I thought that was it's like great.
Well, these are all the inmates that we rented upstairs.
Yeah, that's.
All right, everyone, I'm going to call the docket. Today is Thursday. And it should be a good day because tomorrow is Friday. And if you're here, that means you definitely survived the earthquake. So when I call the docket, let me know you are here. If I do not know you are here because you don't answer, then a warrant may be issued for your arrest. In custody, we have Noel Balderas, David Black, John Ellis, Matthew Cole, Raymond Zamora. In custody, we have Joseph Berry, Jason Hickman, Christopher Garza, Angel Galindo. In custody, we have Robert Bell, Jose Garcia, Joseph Harris, Alejandro Ospina, Mario Carranza, Leonardo Rosales, Megan Tierney. Brenda, it's going to be a difficult day today. Alex Arazola. In custody, we have Jeremy Medina, Ryan Halton, Jarrett Johnson, Justin Schermerhorn, Arno, how do you pronounce that? Leva, thank you. April Apolinar. In custody, we have Uriah Huffman, Jorge Ortiz. If there's a Jeremiah Hall present, your case has been closed. Can you look that up and make sure that's been dismissed? I believe it's been dismissed. Just give us a moment. Leonardo Rosales. In custody, we have Hickman, Joseph Berry, Joshua Gonzalez, Andy Maldonado, Sergio Garcia, John Dominiquez, Megan McCloskey, Chelsea Warren, Vivian Ingo. Thank you. In custody, we have Hannah Smith and Rogelio Sanchez, Yvette Martinez, Mark Aragon in custody, Brian Parker. In custody, we have Antonio Flores, Maxwell Jordan, Alan Calvo. I thought we had already done that, but we shall see. Luis Puente is in custody. All right, is there anyone present whose name was not called? All right, and then these are the rules of the court. There are boxes on either side. Those are the prosecutor's file. Grab a file from the box, place it on the prosecutor's desk, take a seat. The prosecutor will call you in the order of appearance. Do not approach the court unless you confer with the state and confer with your client. If the state has given you an offer, you need to give that offer to your client. If you have someone who's in custody, let the deputy know. The deputy will bring those persons in custody out to sit in the box. Once the deputy brings your person out, and once you've requested your person, do not leave the courtroom because it makes things more complicated. If you have a client who needs an interpreter, once the interpreter is called, do not leave the courtroom because there are a limited number of interpreters. Today is Thursday. Everyone, let's be kind to each other and things will flow much smoother. So please confer. And do you have the information on him? It's 2022 CR 7547. Brenda, I always sign everything before I go home. And then I come and always have this giant stack. I don't understand.
It's a file number.
Okay,
That's what makes it big.
all right. Because I'm like, I'm not understanding. I sign everything before I go home.
Jeremiah Hall. That
Yes.
goes off business.
All right, do you have the file? Has it been sent? Jeremiah Hall, can you come forward? All right, so Mr. Hall, my understanding is that your case has been dismissed because you completed everything that you needed to complete. So you need to take this as a lesson because this is felony court. What you were charged with, you could have been going to the state jail facility for up to 2 years. So you need to choose your friends wisely and listen to your parents more. Is that your mom here? Your grandmother? You need to listen to your grandmother. Understand? Do you live with your grandmother? Make her life easy around the house. As you know what my grandmother used to always say? If your grandmother, it was back in the day, Brenda, we didn't have dishwashers. Wash the dishes, paint the house, do laundry, but make sure you separate the colors. All right. Okay, good luck to you. You're excused. You're free to go. You're welcome. Bye, Grandma. Have a good one.
Ellen Caldwell? We already have a secret.
Yeah. Right.
Oh, that's nice. That's good. Special.
Copiers. Distributors. The order has been sent to Brendan and Minnie.
Okay. Oh, no problem. Okay.
File. Yeah.
Garrett Johnson. Galindo. Christopher Garza.
Right.
Leonardo Rosales. Mario Caramba. Jeremy Medina.
Well, what's your client's name?
Brian Parker.
Okay. Can we make sure you have the file on Brian Parker?
Parker.
Just make
Anything on
sure.
that, Your Honor?
No, I don't. Just approach when you're ready.
Yes, Your Honor. Good morning.
Morning.
Oh, oh, we got. Broncos on. Open up with me. Appreciate for an opportunity. Yeah, when you look at the board, you were gonna contact the detective about postpone. To see if there was, make sure when they would check what was on. That was the last. Sort of gets like that. So I don't know why I'm in the system. They look at like, when all you do is just like, yeah, I need go to see it. Go. Because he was here like, I go, in COVID, it was just big. It's like, holy shit.
So you find a way for your stuff at work?
Yes. And he stuck with it. It was so much better. One. I had shown for him to understand.
So you can tell they're gonna
Everyone has their own system.
Yes.
On page 7 on the docket, Joseph was telling the thing, about saying that his son is sick, he's able to make it. So he'd be willing to be on Zoom.
Yeah, give them the Zoom. Thanks.
Sure. You got a pen on it? On Zoom, you can-
Like-
518. No, just that one. Yes. No worries.
You got it. Yeah. All right, thanks. Appreciate that.
Fancy slots people have.
No, we don't either. Yeah, I just have like a, just have the thing. My system is like a tree. Box.
Gordon, yes.
Box.
Always great.
Page 8. Attorney, difficult question. Called that he has COVID positive.
Then he can ask them to appear by Zoom. Who's here on Ingo?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
May I be excused?
Yes, I guess I don't have to rule on anything.
Okay.
Okay, thanks. Oh, and I'm assuming you're withdrawing your motion.
Oh,
Yeah. Yes. All right, have a good one.
Congratulations on the win, Judge.
Oh, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right, Matthew Cole. Come forward. All right, so what is happening with this case?
Couple of preliminary matters, and then as far as the actual case setting, we just got a new offer, Judge, that we'd like to go over. He's just gotten into good standing recently with the court. He is being monitored right now by GPS and full house arrest. I've spoken to the ADA and they are okay with the change to partial to allow work release.
All right,
The
just
court-
one second. I'm trying to find him on the docket.
Apologize.
Oh, I found it. Okay. So a new offer was tendered today?
Yes, Judge.
And then you're talking about bond conditions?
Yes, Judge. He's on a GPS full house arrest right now. The state and I have conferred about him going to work. He does have a job already
Mhm.
in Washington where he's residing with family there. So we'd ask that that bond condition could be changed to partial house arrest with work release only.
Okay, and when you say he's residing in Washington, is this Seattle, Washington?
Yes, yes, Judge, and an order has been signed by this court allowing him to do that. What's that? Technically Renton, just in the Seattle area, within the zip code you allowed.
All right, if you all, and state you don't have any objection to partial GPS for work only.
That's correct. Judge.
All right, if you all will fill out a document to that effect,
Yeah.
and then we will come back on the December 16th. That will be your plea deadline date. Your December 16th will be your plea deadline date. So at that point, you need to let the court know whether or not you're accepting the state's offer. And instead of coming down from Seattle, if he wants to appear by Zoom, he can.
Okay,
So Ms. Ferguson will give you a reset form.
thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
I'll get a document to you about that. Condition.
Sure. If you go to the back and get a B page and you all fill it out, that would be sufficient.
Look. Okay.
I'm sorry.
I just need to be-
Okay.
Matthew Paul?
Yes. I didn't. We're gonna get 10 stitches.
Robert now.
Yes, let's stay.
You got mine. I think our.
The free play that we entered into, but there was an issue with.
I don't think we can really go too long. I guess our tweets, it'll when. Take a look at our. Are you okay with budget? I'll go to one of them. Hey Josh, good morning, May approach.
Yes.
You had called me the other day and I missed your call and I
Oh, no,
tried
no, it
calling you
was-
back.
That's okay. It was about a appointment.
Oh, okay, all right. I've been tied up lately, so I'm
Oh, no,
sorry,
no
but,
problem.
did you still need it handled or you got
Oh,
it
no,
covered?
we got it covered.
Okay.
Thank you so much. So.
You're welcome.
That's done. Mhm.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Yeah, right. I know. Really, that case is trying to. Yeah. I just need to do research. May I approach you?
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, you got rid of your happy color first. You had
Oh,
a
this is a happy
really
color.
bright
purse.
yellow. I think it was yellow or orange. Okay, so this guy has two cases. I'm only on one. I'm on the family violence.
Mhm.
The child sex case, he has an attorney out of Austin,
Mhm.
who I guess is not here yet. They want to do the child sex case over the family violence, and so that's really waiting on that.
Okay, so is he on bond?
He's on bond, yes, ma'am.
All right, and are you on the continuous violence?
Yes,
All right, where's your client?
he's here. Leonardo, raise your.
Hi. All right, so where's the Austin attorney? Okay, so did anyone call him to see where he is?
I mean, I didn't, but he knew about the date.
All right, could somebody call him and see where he is?
He's coming from Austin, so he usually gets here later, but I'm just wondering, can I get a reset on my case and then they can just set that one?
No, not until we see what's happening,
Okay,
because one of the cases is gonna end up going.
okay.
All right. So,
All right, well, I'm gonna go to some other courts and keep a text me when he gets here.
all right, thank
Okay,
you.
thank you.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll double check. First thing for me, I can.
Hello, Joseph Appelt, who is your client?
Raymond Zamora. And I apologize, Judge, I'm at home. I do not have my.
Oh, no problem. Is it criminal
It's
trial
okay.
division?
It would be CTD, PTD status, actually.
All right, and what's his name again?
Raymond Zamora. He's always been good about showing up.
All right, Raymond Zamora, if you can come forward. So, Mr. Appelt, do you know if he's filled out all the information?
He has, and we submitted that the last time we were in court. The last time we were in court, we were actually bouncing between your court and the impact, and we got it all taken care of with the filling out of the paperwork. And he was then to go, I believe, and report and follow the instructions and directions he was supposed to do with them.
All right, Mr. Zamora, have you been doing that?
I have communicated with Officer Carolina Martinez via email only, because I don't have a phone right now, and I have set it up to, well, this week I was supposed to find a place to do my community service.
Okay. And have you found a place to do your community service?
Because I was here Monday, thinking it was Monday, I've had a rough week, so I will definitely, after today, I will be searching for that place. I'm gonna go check the email at my sister today, the location that he or she has put aside for me to go to check out.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, this is PTD. Can I get a reset date? All right, so it's going to be for December 14th, Mr. Pelt.
Okay, Your Honor, I'll make sure I put that on my calendar.
All right, thank you. And I hope everything goes well for you. I know it will. All right, then you are excused and we'll give your client a reset form.
Great, thank you, Judge.
All right, you're welcome. All right, they'll give you a reset form and we'll see you back on December 14th.
Is that on Monday?
Is there a reason why you needed to be something other than?
No, ma'am, just curious to know.
Okay. All right, Ms. Ferguson. If you can give them a reset form for December 14th.
You got to see how hard you can just.
Oh, okay. That's true. I didn't get it. Oh, yeah, no, that one we got. Mr. Someone. Yeah. I got Maldonado.
Andy Maldonado.
Morning, Judge.
Good morning.
Where do we stand?
You're right there and your client is in the middle. All right, so where are we on this case?
Judge. The investigator on this case is no longer with their department, and so I had to reach out because the defendant consented to a search of his phone, so presumably it's already been done, but I had to reach out to the chief of police and I haven't heard back yet. So that's the only thing that, from my review of the case, that is outstanding. We have everything else.
All right, is there anything else that you haven't been able to open in the file other than this cell phone extraction?
Judge, I did talk to the prosecutor just now. I think there's going to be a ethical disclosure update coming on the detective, so I just wanted to bring that to his attention, but as far as the rest of the discovery, no.
And I, there's nothing updated within our system.
Right.
I'm gonna reach out to our unit to see if there needs to be any additional updates
Very
on
new.
disclosures.
They're doing right. It's just, it's very new information.
All right, Ms. Fergus, can I have a 30-day reset for discovery on Mr. Maldonado and we'll see where we are.
Thank you very much, Judge.
I can do December 14th.
All right, December 14th.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. And Deputy, we're done with Mr. Maldonado.
I guess I'm asking.
He's in custody.
Really need to come. It's obviously.
I think my case, what's the offense say on my case? So this one is for, I believe, 21.
We're ready on that when Brittany gets back.
I've got to go to the. You know, I can please I'll come. Okay, perfect. I gotta go to the 186 and 399.
Yeah. Did you touch this at all? Did you shut off?
I like it more. Making us good.
Hey, busy. Can you confirm? It looks like the case is still open in the system. Can we come back on that? Have a Sid. 113406. Yeah. They, is that, there's your family balance case showing that's still open? Okay. Let me go on business. Make sure that no duplicate work.
Brenda, you ready?
Oh, let me start mine.
Sure.
This is like, they reduced it to a misdemeanor, but then we took care of it, but they never closed up the felony.
Okay, no problem.
Thanks.
All right, this plea wasn't ever done. No, this is one where I think, if I remember correctly, this plea wasn't completed. Who are the attorneys on Calvo? This plea wasn't completed, correct?
Correct, Judge. I think the state was gonna bring the CW on Zoom.
Okay. Is this Marquez?
I'm sorry.
Who is the person that they're bringing on Zoom?
Her name is Lily Megan.
Yes. All right, so what is happening with this case?
We've already heard the plea. It's an agreed plea, and there was an issue with State's Exhibit 1 with the amended indictment reduction. And so
So we're basically have to do the plea over from the beginning, correct?
I don't necessarily think so, Judge. It was a matter of like the attachments on State's Exhibit 1 were, if I'm understanding it correctly, and since Michelle did it, is that the court had concerns about the victim saying that this was the defendant's phone number that was being called.
Yes, yes. So,
And so she's here to provide that as an addition to State's Exhibit 1 for the court's consideration.
yes, okay. All right, where's your client?
Mr. Calvo?
All right, the court is calling 2022 CR 0613, State of Texas versus Alvin Calvo. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state,
Michael Villarreal for the state.
for the defense?
Monica Corrala for defense.
All right, everyone in the box, if you could be quiet while we're on the record, please. All right, and my understanding where we left off is that the court admonishments and the defendant's waivers had been read. Is that correct, state? And defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And Mr. Calvo, you had entered a plea, and what was your plea? And you had entered a plea to the lesser included offensive violation bond and protective order, correct?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
All right, and then the state had offered into evidence State's Exhibits 1 and attachments. Is that correct, state?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And the court had found that the defendant had knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. And state, did you have a witness you wish to call for evidence purposes?
Yes, Judge, if you give me, sorry. Trying to pull it up correctly. Yes, Judge, the state would ask to call Lily Megan Marquez, I believe is on Zoom.
Yes. Does any party have any objection to the witness appearing by Zoom? State,
No, Your Honor.
defense?
No objection, Judge.
All right, Ms. Marquez. Everyone, if you could be silent in the box, please. Ms. Marquez, if you could raise your right, yeah. If you could raise your right hand for me, please. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Judge.
All right, you can lower your hand, and if you could make sure that you speak up so that the court reporter can hear.
Okay, sure.
Can you state your name for the record?
Sure, it's Lily Megan Marquez.
State.
Thank you. Ms. Marquez, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, you might not be able to see me on the screen, but I just had a couple questions for you as it relates to some of the like screenshots and images that you provided to the state in regards to the phone calls. Those screenshots and images, that phone number that you're being called from, did you know that phone number to be Alan Calvo's phone number?
Yes.
Okay, and then you communicated previously with him using that phone number?
I would have to see, he had multiple numbers that year. So I would have to know which number exactly, but yes.
Okay, and specifically, phone number 210-915-6501. Is that Alan Calvo?
I could check if you want me to, but I'm sure.
Okay, if you could just, if you need to refresh your memory from your phone.
What was it again?
It's 210-915-6501.
650. Yes, Alan Cabo. Yes.
Okay, and so the screenshot that you provided us that relates to December 30th of 2020, he called you several times on that day, correct?
Yes.
I'll pass the witness.
Any questions?
One moment if I can.
Sorry, let me close my window really quick. So sorry.
No problem.
Sorry.
No questions from the fence.
All right, thank you. Is this witness excused?
From the state, she is.
All right. Is there going to be victim impact from her? No.
I don't believe so.
All right, then you are excused. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments and also hearing the testimony of the witness, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
We are, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Not at this time, Judge.
All right, Mr. Calvo, how old are you?
36.
All right, do you not understand that when people don't want to be around you, they no longer want to be around you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so how long have you known the complainant?
Since 2015.
All right, so that means that you've been alive on the planet longer than you've known her. She doesn't want you anymore. She doesn't want you to call her. She doesn't want you to text her. She doesn't want you sending her flowers saying, I'm sorry. She doesn't want a thank you card. She wants nothing from you.
Yes, Your Honor.
So do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
And do you understand you're not to have any contact with her whatsoever? That means not you, not through a third party, not through anyone. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
There means there's to be no mentioning of her name on social media. It is as if you do not know her. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you end up having contact with her, we're going to have issues. You understand? Are you employed?
Yes,
What do you do?
I'm a self-employed freelance artist, mural artist. I paint murals all around the state of Texas.
Okay, where might I have seen your work?
I did the Selena mural at the Alamo Candy Building and won Best Mural 2020 2 years in a row. I say current.
Okay, and are you working on anything currently?
I just got commissioned to do some artwork for the Texas Medical Center in Houston.
Do you enjoy that?
It's what drives me. I'm passionate about it.
Okay. Do you have any children?
No, no.
All right, and where are you living by yourself or are you living with someone else?
I live by myself.
In Bear County?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and if you're drug tested today, what will the results be?
Come out probably negative, I'm pretty sure,
Why do you say probably?
because months ago or probably a month ago. I smoked,
Okay, what are you smoking?
smoked some pot.
Anything else?
No.
All right, you're gonna do a UA today, okay? All right, is there anything else from either side? Any more questions?
Nothing on the state yard.
None from defense.
All right, the court will sentence you to 1 year deferred adjudication. There's to be no contact with the complainant. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Regular UAs. $1,000 fine probated. Field visits. 1 time per month. GPS tracking for 6 months. Hostility and aggression course. If he's positive, we'll do a TAP evaluation and then sober meetings, 90 meetings in 90 days if he's positive. And if that positive is for marijuana only, if it's for more than marijuana, then we'll do intensive outpatient treatment in the sober meetings. 100 hours of community service restitution, 40 of those hours will be waived if you provide proof of the COVID vaccination. Court is not requiring you to do the COVID vaccination, but if you do, or if you have with the booster, then 40 of those hours will be waived. And I would say, you know, the rest will be waived if you make some mural of, I don't know, the Justice Center or something, but I'm not going to do that. So the remaining hours of your community service will be due, or either you can pay, you can either do the community service hours, or either you can pay that off at $7.25 per hour. Probation, is there anything else that he needs?
No, Your Honor, on the UA, do you want that done in court?
Yes.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Calvo, is there anything else you need from the court? All right, I'm showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, sir.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand? All right, so from here on out, whenever you're thinking about doing anything, you need to ask yourself, is this something that could potentially result in me going to jail for a year? And if it is, or you're uncertain about it, then don't do it. All right, just have a seat. Probation. We'll go over conditions with you. Good luck. You're welcome. Maxwell Jordan. All right, court is calling 2015 CR 1752, State of Texas versus Maxwell Jordan. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state,
Marcus Sanders.
for the defense?
Patrick Ballard.
And are you Mr. Jordan? All right, Mr. Jordan, I'm showing you what's entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision, and state's motion to supplement pending motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke probation. Did you review that document, those documents with your attorney? Did you understand them? Are you the same Maxwell Lynn Jordan who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2015 CR 1752 for the offense of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon on August 3rd, 2015 for a period of 5 years? Is that you? State?
Condition number 5, in Bear County, Texas, the defendant Maxwell Lynn Jordan, defendant there failed to report to the supervision officer in person for the month of March of 2017 in violation of condition number 5.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True. We'll waive the others.
Any objections to the state's waivers?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Jordan, did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 5, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, and sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine? Did you understand? Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 5? Court will find violation of condition number 5 true. Is there an agreement?
There is, Judge, we're asking that you grant the motion, adjudicate and revoke, and sentence him to 5 years at TDC.
Is that the agreement?
That is our agreement.
Mr. Jordan, are you asking the court to follow that agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you waiving your right to appeal?
Yes, ma'am.
Does anyone know about the restitution? It says there was supposed to be restitution to Elizabeth Baralaza and Efren Villanueva.
I can consult with probation. That would have been calculated back in 2015 or so.
Okay. If you could see if there's any restitution owed.
Your Honor, on record, it doesn't indicate that restitution was ever. So it's still outstanding, and I have to Elizabeth Perez
Yes.
in the amount of $1,600.
And nothing to Efren Villanueva?
There's nothing indicating there's any restitution to that person.
All right. So, Mr. Jordan, there's a $1,600 owed to Elizabeth Baraleza. Now that you know that that is the restitution amount, do you still wish the court to follow the agreement that you reached?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
And are you waiving your right to appeal? All right, then the court will follow your agreement. The court is finding violation of condition number 5 true, will find you guilty, grant the state's motion, sentence you to 5 years in the prison. There's an affirmative finding of deadly weapon, give you credit for any time served, $1,600 restitution to Elizabeth, and last name is Berreleza. Is there anything else from either side with regards to sentencing?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Jordan, I'm showing you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. For the parties on Robert Bell, All right, my understanding on this case, my notes say that there's a new case to be indicted.
Yes, Your Honor, I conferred with Mr. Villarreal this morning. That new case has not been indicted yet. I do strongly believe, well, we agree that the evidence subject of that indictment will almost certainly come into Mr. Bell's trial on this indictment. So we cannot safely proceed to trial until we have that evidence, Your Honor.
And I can tell you that it doesn't, from what I can see uploaded into a system on the e-discovery side, doesn't look like there's any additional submissions on it. A file's been created, but I need to make sure things like the physical copy of the child safe and all of that are in there as well. So if the court could allow me some time, I know the court's already allowed me some time to do that, but if the court was gracious enough to give me some additional time, I'll have all that information uploaded for review for Mr. Bettis and also make available child safe.
All right, and when do you anticipate that being completed?
I can do that in a week. I just don't know the status of, I haven't reviewed it thoroughly enough to know if there's any additional information the state needs to request, but I can get what we have already in our possession by the end of this week into the e-discovery system.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, I have a reset date on this case for 1 month on Mr. Bell.
September 14th.
All right, so we're going to come back on December 14th for discovery. At some point in time, this is going to head to trial. And if the other case, nothing has happened on that, then who knows? The other information from the other case may not come into evidence.
Your Honor, may I have the 13th or 15th, if you don't mind terribly?
All right. Ms. Ferguson, are we able to do this on the 15th?
I can do the 13th.
All right, so we'll do the 13th. Does that still give you enough time?
Yes, sir.
All right, so we'll do December 13th.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Is there any other discovery that's outstanding?
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, Noel Balderas. Where's Noel Balderas?
Downstairs, Your Honor.
All right, can you let him know his case is being reset because his attorney is on jury duty? And we'll bring him back on the 18th, which is tomorrow. And is Joseph Berry here? All right, if you could let him know the same thing. Thank you.
Tomorrow.
Yes, the 18th. Yeah.
Now?
Is he currently on GPS?
Oh, yeah. Have a seat right here.
Yeah, let's just keep it the same. And then if they have an issue with the areas that he's restricted from, they can come back to the hearing. Thank you.
Thank you, Laura. Somebody held on back.
Hi, how you doing?
Stop in, so I want to say good morning,
Oh,
Judge.
good morning. How's your brother doing?
Fabulous as always.
Yeah.
I hope you get down for lunch on Friday. We'll see how that goes.
Oh, yeah, come on down.
He's down here, want to say hi to you too.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. You too.
No.
Who's here? I'm Brian Parker. Yes. Mr. Parker. All right, what's happening with this case?
First, Your Honor, I want to say thank you. I was in Hondo yesterday, so you reset it for today, and I appreciate that.
Oh, you're welcome.
I ended up getting stuck in Hondo all day long.
Mhm.
We would like to proceed to trial.
All right, the court needs an acknowledgement of discovery. Have you received all of the discovery?
I believe I have, Your Honor.
Ms. Ferguson, I need a trial date. State, how long will the trial last on Brian Parker? It's a felon in possession of a weapon.
2 days, including Thursday.
All right. All right, Ms. Ferguson, the state is telling me 2 days defense.
Same, Your Honor.
Okay.
I anticipate the same.
I can do the 10th.
December the 10th. All right. All right, your jury trial is January 10th. Your plea deadline date has expired. The court will not accept any plea bargain agreements in this case without good cause. Otherwise, you have to plea open to the court. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Ferguson will give you your trial date.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I didn't even know they even really got it. Yeah, it was on Tuesday. Yeah, you know, you don't get. I didn't even know they even had. Oh, this, you know, it's. Okay. It's like.
Brenna, Bear County is having a recipe challenge for a healthy meal. So I guess we need to find something that eliminates processed sugars and fats. Yeah. And see, I'm thinking, if you just do, oh, here's a recipe, take some strawberries and some blueberries and ta-da. I don't know if that would accept as a recipe.
I don't think that's what they're looking for.
No. But you know, people always throw in a salad and like, make your own dressing.
So what do you do when the team that you got? That's what this first week. And they don't want. Your team, right? You know, like, you know what?
All right, Deputy Laura, you can take Black back, let him know his attorney is out of county, but he'll be brought back tomorrow. Hello,
Good morning, Your Honor.
good morning. Ryan Houghton,
Yes, Your Honor.
all right, what is happening with this case?
Your Honor, we were just retained on Mr. Otten's case, and we are currently downloading discovery. I've conferred with the state, and we may have a potential resolution. I just need to speak with the misdemeanor prosecutors on the other cases, and I'm, of course, still awaiting discovery. We would ask the court for another setting, so that way we may be able to hopefully resolve it.
Has the immigration issue been resolved?
It's from my understanding, he was ordered to speak with an immigration attorney. At this point, I don't know if you have.
Yeah, she said that she was working on my letter.
Okay.
Supposedly, yes, that's what she told me last time I spoke to her.
All right, so I'm going to recall this for December. Then after that, either he's going to accept a plea in December or not. And if not, then it's going to jury trial.
We're contemplating the possibility.
Okay. All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a date in December for Mr. Houghton.
December 14th.
All right, December 14th.
Thank you very much.
All right, you're welcome. Ms. Ferguson will give you a reset form. Who's here on John Ellis?
I am, Your Honor.
Thank you. Court is calling 2021 CR 7968, State of Texas versus John Jet Ellis. Can I have parties approach and announce for the record for the state?
Brittany Sparks.
Defense?
Jason Todd for Mr. Ellis.
And are you John Jet Ellis?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Ellis, I'm going to show you what's entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Are you the same John Jet Ellis who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2021 CR 7968 for the offense of evading arrest detention with a vehicle on October 27, 2021 for a period of 4 years? Is that you?
Yes, sir.
All right, state.
Violated condition number 4.
In Bear County, Texas, the defendant John Jet Ellis did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer as directed for the month of September in violation of number 4.
All right, how do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
We'll waive all other violations.
Any objections to the state's waivers?
There's no objections, Your Honor.
Mr. Jet, I'm sorry, I don't know why I want to say Jet, but Mr. Jet Alice, did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 4, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, and sentence you up to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, Judge.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 4?
Yes, Judge.
Court will find violation of condition number 4 true. Is there an agreement?
Yes, Judge, we're asking that you deny the MTR and amend to follow probation's recommendation of following the TAP recommendations, which is supportive outpatient treatment with BCCSCD TAP outpatient treatment program, monthly UAs, and documented sober support meetings. Also add GPS with a curfew of 7 p.m. to 6 a.m. And we're asking for a mental health evaluation, if that could be out of custody. I think that's what defense counsel would like. And then 60 meetings in 60 days.
All right. Mr. Ellis, can you raise your right hand for me, please?
Yes.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Judge.
You can lower your hand. All right, state your name for the record.
John Jet Ellis.
All right, so why are you not reporting?
I thought that I could not report and get away with it and not having.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
I thought that I could report and get away with it and not have any consequences.
How old are you?
20 years old now.
All right, when are you going to realize there are consequences for actions?
I've been learning as I've been here in Bear County.
All right. Do you have any support?
Yes, ma'am.
Who's your support system?
I have my mother, my father, and my grandfather. They're in this courtroom right now.
All right, so why? Hello, thank you for coming down. So why don't you act right?
I was just acting immature and I was going through a couple losses, which is no excuse, but I'm trying to change my life around.
So those losses you were going through, were those the same losses that your family was going through?
Oh man, these are family and friends.
Well, I'm sure they felt some sort of connection to them because they're your friends. So hopefully your relatives know who your friends are.
Yes, ma'am. They do.
If they don't know who your friends are, then maybe you should not have them as friends.
But my family knows my friends. I have.
So they were going through the same thing you were going through and they didn't pick up cases.
Yes, ma'am.
You're gonna have to do better. Otherwise, you're gonna find yourself going to prison. You understand?
Yes, sir.
So what do you need in order to help you be successful in this probation?
I think I need some classes and extra mental health support so I can stay focused on my probation. I have a job lined up. So when I get out, I'm gonna be employed.
And what are you gonna be doing as employment?
I'm gonna be painting and construction from Jay and Sons.
Okay. Any other questions?
There's no questions, Your Honor. We do have some letters of support, and one of those letters is from his mother, and one is also from the prospective employer. May I?
Any objection to the court reviewing those?
No, Judge.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, Mr. Ellis, a lot of people care about you. You're gonna have to start doing better. So it appears that you need structure in your life and it needs to be regimented structure. So I'm going to try to give you that. But what you do with that is completely up to you. When you come back here, if you come back here, it better be for you asking me to let you off of probation early because you've done well. But if you come back here for some other reason, it may not be this prosecutor. I may have won the lottery. I don't know. Your attorney may not be here. You may get a whole different set of people. Do you understand? And a lot of, majority of this is subjective. Because no one has a crystal ball to see if you're going to do great or not do great. So people are taking chances on you. You understand?
Yes, Judge.
So the court will deny the motion. Alter and amend conditions to include, we'll do GPS. And we're going to do GPS for 90 days. And I'm going to ask that the fees be deferred. And he is only allowed to work while on GPS. You're going to have to provide a letter and documented proof that you actually have employment. So if you're not working, you're going to be at home.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you're going to be at home with your mother and your grandmother. I'm assuming your mother and grandfather. I'm assuming they want you staying with them.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So the defendant is to reside with, and what's your mother's last name?
Ellis, Ellis.
All right, you're gonna reside with Mrs. Ellis, and what's your grandfather's name?
John Ellis.
Ellis and Ellis and Ellis. So you're gonna ride with Miss Ellis, your mother, and your grandfather, Mr. Ellis. And when you are not working, you're going to be at home, you understand? And clean up around the house, paint, do the lawn work, okay? Do something for them. It's going to be proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. No unsupervised contact with minors. We'll do a MIC evaluation that can be done out of custody. And we'll do a TAP evaluation that's out of custody. If you miss your TAP evaluation or if you miss your MIC evaluation, what's going to end up happening is a motion to revoke is going to be filed. Do you understand?
Yes.
You need to make sure you make all of your appointments, and you need to remember you're on probation. Your parents are not on probation. Your grandparents are not on probation. It's you. So if you miss any of these appointments, there's going to be an issue. You understand?
Yes, Judge.
Your Honor, may I?
Yes,
The TAP evaluation was completed already.
yes.
Supportive outpatient treatment was the recommendation.
All right. Thank you. So we'll do supportive outpatient treatment. And I'm going to ask for 90 meetings in 90 days. And probation, do you want the UA hotline or you want regular UAs?
Can we do the UA hotline for 30 days, Your Honor?
All right, so it's going to be UA hotline for 30 days. So on the UA hotline, you need to call in. And when you call in, they're going to tell you whether or not they want a UA. So it's going to be random. You may call one day and they say no UA. You may call the next day and they say UA. You're going to have to make sure you take those. You understand?
Yes.
So UA hotline for 30 days. If there are no problems, then probation, you can do the UAs as you see most beneficial. I'm going to want field visits 2 times per month. And then we'll do that for 90 days in probation. Then if you see that less field visits are needed, you're more than welcome to do that. All right. And with regards to the GPS, it is partial for work. And that's for work only. You understand?
Yes, Judge.
And of course, for any conditions of probation he has. And we will put your curfew, and you want the curfew for when, probation?
Your Honor, it's seven PM to 6 AM. I know sometimes with the construction, it's sometimes they work a little later than 7.
Well, we can just keep it then at partial GPS for work only. And then if work goes later than that, you'll need to get prior approval.
Yes, yes, Judge.
And see, I'm looking at it, he's out from 7 PM till 6 AM. And I know that's not the way you all want it, right?
No, he's in home from 7 PM to 6 AM.
Okay. So you need to be in home from 7 PM to 6 AM. You understand?
Yes.
All right, is there anything else you need from the court? Probation, is there anything else he needs?
No, Your Honor.
Defense, is there anything else he needs?
Your Honor, the only question I had is, I see that one of the allegations has to do with the use of marijuana. Would it be worthwhile to have a test with levels today just to know where we're at? I think it should come out clean, but I want to make sure.
We'll let them do that when he's out of custody because it's easier for them to do that when he's out of custody.
Thank you, Judge.
All right,
But then nothing else.
all right. All right, good luck to you.
Thank you,
You
Judge.
do better. Thank you. Hi, guys.
May I be excused, Your Honor?
Yes, you may be excused. You're welcome. All right, who's here on, is Alex Arizola? Is he on bond?
Yes, yeah.
All right, Alex, if you can come forward. Hi, you're sitting on the front row. Why were you late?
I had to go to work. I was reporting to work and then from work I had to report over here.
All right,
I
so,
was returning late from Animal Ranch area. to come back over.
all right, so here's the thing. You need to be on time for court.
Yes, ma'am.
If you're not on time for court, what's going to end up happening, a warrant may be issued for your arrest.
Sure.
I'm looking in the docket. This is the first time that I have to tell you that.
Yes, ma'am.
So do not be late again, okay? All right, your attorney is requesting that this case be recalled for tomorrow. So you'll be back here tomorrow at 9 AM, all right? They're going to give you a reset form. Uriah Huffman. Good morning. All right, so the last time we were here, it was maybe a jurisdiction issue. Is that correct?
We're, the state feels that they're good on that. I'm still on the fence, but the big issue right now is we're still working on discovery. They just learned there was possibly a second interview of the complainant and the police agency hasn't even gotten the DA yet, as far as we know. So
Okay.
we're still trying to gather everything before we can have an intelligent conversation and figure out where this is.
Okay, state, how much time do you need?
Judge, she attempted to give us the video, but it was not the correct video. So,
Okay.
we have good contact with her. We just need to ask her to resend it.
All right, is a month enough time?
Oh, yes, Judge.
All right, Ms. Fergus, I have a month reset on Uriah Huffman, please, for discovery? All right, December 14th, we'll bring you back in the state. We'll have that information. All right, thank you.
normal, I guess.
Jared Johnson. Good morning. Find your client on the docket.
Page 9, Judge.
Thank you. All right, so is Matthew Allen on this case or not?
I filed notice.
Okay, it's still just
I
has,
just, I just got hired with Judge, but we have looked at discovery. We've gotten an offer. We'd like to set a plea deadline if we can.
so you have all the discovery?
I believe I do, but I'm still going through it. I just got hired a week ago, so.
And an offer has been tendered?
Offer has been tendered, so we're looking at it, Judge.
All right, Ms. Fergus, can you call this back in 1 month for a plea deadline date? All right, we'll come back on December 14th. That'll be at 9 a.m. and Ms. Ferguson will give you a reset form.
I can just. Judge, I have to be in Gillespie County on that day. I don't know if,
Why is Bear County always the last county that people want to come to?
Judge, it's not. When she said the 14th, like I know something's that's out of the ordinary.
All right.
And federal court too. Well, you know what? Those are in the afternoon, but that is, I can do this, Judge. I can.
You sure?
Yes.
Okay, December
We're gonna do
14th.
it.
Okay, I'm gonna remember that. You put us ahead of another county.
And federal court, Judge.
And federal court. Well, that doesn't count because federal court is in the afternoon.
But it's federal court.
Okay. All right, we'll see you back on December 14th.
Yes. Judge.
And Ms.
Thank-
Ferguson will give you the reset form.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Joshua Gonzalez. Just have a seat. Who's the attorney for Joshua Gonzalez? All right, we'll wait for them to come back. Hannah Smith.
Present, Your Honor.
All right, on this case, there was an expert issue.
I filed a motion under seal that was just accepted.
All right, do you have the motion? Do you have a copy with you
I
or
do
not?
not, I just e-filed.
All right, it's 2022 CR 2127.
I haven't touched it.
All right, have you received all the discovery from the state? I know you have your motion.
I believe I have.
Okay. All right, and the court has an acknowledgement of discovery. So how much time do you need with regards to your expert in getting information?
I would think maybe 60 days. I have another expert as well that the court ordered. So once I get all of the reports from them, I should be able to give you a better path to where I'm going on this.
All right, and the other request for an expert that has already been signed?
Yes, that one I've already have in the work, but that guy suggested this other person for another thing, so I said, okay.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can I have a 45-day reset on Ms. Smith, please?
Does that get me to Christmas Day?
Oh, that's past Christmas, I think. It's gonna be in January, Ms. Smith.
Okay.
January 12th. All right, so we're gonna come back on January 12th to see where we are. I anticipate that sometimes experts may be enjoying the holidays and may not get everything done, but we'll see where we are on January 12th.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
I'd be excused after. I talk to my
Well,
client.
make sure that if you could go in the back and make sure that I have your motion, so I can sign that.
Okay, well, I just wanted to talk to her too, so let me go check on that first.
All right, thank you.
Yeah. I'm still waiting to get into CPS, but I'm following it.
Angel Galindo. All right, and where is Galindo?
He did not answer the phone, Your Honor.
All right, court is calling 2022 CR 10418, State of Texas versus Angel Galindo. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state? For the defense?
Joanne April.
All right. This hearing was scheduled at 9 a.m. It is now 10:52 a.m. The defendant is not present. Deputy, was he called?
Yes, Your Honor. And he did not answer.
All right, the court will note that we were here on November 7th. And this case was recalled for November 17th. The defendant was a no-show. There was a VR that was filed, and the court altered and amended conditions to outpatient treatment and 90 meetings in 90 days. Counsel, have you had any contact with your client?
No, I haven't.
Right. State?
Judge, we'd ask that you forfeit his bond and issue a warrant.
All right, that will be granted and your client will be remanded without bond. If you have contact with your client and your client makes an appearance, the court will reconsider.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Maybe.
You're welcome. Ms. Ferguson, can you look that up and see if that's a PR bond?
I'm just gonna hand it to Monica.
Yes,
Thank you, Judge.
I don't know the
appreciate it.
amount. She didn't tell me an amount,
Oh,
so she can find out. It's PR bond. All right, back on the record briefly. Ms. Eckel, your client is on a PR bond, so what I'll do is I'll issue a judge's warrant and remand him without bond.
All right.
Thank you. Arnold Lavea Munkia. All right, and if you have your client come forward.
Judge, he's a Spanish speaker, is not taking a plea. We're just informing the court that the ATD application was submitted.
Okay. All right, and are there immigration issues?
Yes, Your Honor, there are.
And has anyone spoken to an immigration attorney about the PTD?
My client, last time we were here, Judge, he gave the court the name of his immigration attorney who's handling his immigration case.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, what date do we come back for PTD? All right, if you let your client know, December 19th.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. And Ms. Ferguson will give you a reset form.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
I just sent it. You sent right on my email? Yes.
Joshua Gonzalez. Good morning. Where's your client? Okay. Let me just find him on the docket sheet. Thank you. All right, what is happening with Joshua Gonzalez?
Judge, on this one, we have some additional discovery that we're trying to get. Yeah, and so we're just asking for time to get that discovery.
All right, and what is this additional discovery?
Potential text messages in relation to a separate incident that might be relevant.
All right, and how long is it going to take you to get that information?
Just a regular 30-day reset, Judge.
All right. Ms. Ferguson, if we can recall this back in 30 days for discovery. All right, December 14th.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Mark Aragon. Good morning. Always a pleasure to see you.
Vice versa.
Us.
We have a couple of issues, Your Honor. He has been remanded without bond on both of his cases, and we were requesting of the court this morning that bond be set in those two cases.
Okay, just 1 second. Let me find him on the docket. All right, thank you. All right, so you'll need to set the bond motion for hearings because I see that I'm the one who remanded him without bond because he was a no-show. And that was a no-show on April 13th. So I don't know where he's been since then until now.
When did they arrest you here and put you in jail?
That week, but I just wait my days and what if
Okay.
The other thing is, Judge, is that we have conferred with the district attorney if I'm not able to reach an agreement, so that these cases need to be sent to property.
All right, do you have all of the discovery?
Yes, I do. Yes.
All right, State, you've made an offer.
They have.
State, have you made an offer on both cases on Mark Aragon?
They have.
Yes.
All right, so I need a discovery acknowledgement in each of the cases.
Okay.
And Ms. Ferguson, can you set this for 30 days for plea deadline date? And then if you file your motion, we'll hear your motion on that date as well.
Great. Thank you, Judge.
All right, it'll be December 13th.
Thank you very
But
much.
before you leave, make sure the discovery and non-acknowledgement is done.
I will, Your Honor.
All right, Judge, hi, what is the amount?
5,000. And the first document, Monica, was the wrong one. This is the correct one. This one had lists the name on there and the amount.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Nice seeing you.
Nice seeing you too. Have a good one. Who's? Oh, that's done.
It's okay.
Bernard, I don't want to jinx us. I'm even thinking, I'm trying to think. I'm trying not to think it, it's like on Ghostbusters where they're like, clear your mind. So I'm trying to clear my mind and not think it. Megan McCloskey. Who's here on Megan McCloskey? Hi.
Usually I put it up there that that's what people are waiting for. I just come to find the seats.
Hey, we're not, Brenna, we're not thinking it. We're not thinking it.
I'm actually looking for my briefcase. I think one of my brother must have stolen it.
Yeah. But was it a mistake? Was it a choice?
I think it was intentional.
Oh, okay. All right. So what is happening with this case? We're here today for discovery.
Yeah, everything's done, Judge. Now we've gotten off from the state
Okay.
and we're respectfully requesting just a short reset. So we can.
All right. And an offer has been tendered.
It has.
How much time are you requesting?
30 days.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can I have a 30-day reset on Megan McCloskey, please?
December 13th.
All right, we'll come back on December 13th. December 13th will be your plea deadline date. On that date, you need to let the court know whether or not you're accepting the state's offer. If you choose not to accept the offer, the court will not consider any offers without good cause. Otherwise, you have the plea open to the court. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Ms. Ferguson will give you a reset form.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Brenda, do you see what page she's on?
She's on the recall.
All right, thank you. The recall docket is throwing me off. I saw Paul Basil here.
No.
Special approach.
Yes.
I come bearing gifts.
Oh, look at you. And I bet you they're all dated.
Yeah, I think so. I named this one.
That's okay.
Oh, I missed my date on it. I got your date though.
Thank you very much. The date's missed.
Oh my God, again?
That's okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And
Chelsea Warren, is she in custody or on bond? Chelsea Warren. And Brenda, which page is she? Oh, recall, again, recall. All right, Ms. Warren, your case is being recalled for December 13th at the request of your attorney. Ms. Ferguson will give you a reset form, and I see you paid attention and you showed up on time. Make sure you continue to do that, okay? All right, thank you.
Have a seat and work on it. Thank you.
Did I see the information on Yvette Martinez?
You have a file on Chelsea Warren, WARREN. It's already reset? Okay, Arnie asked me to come back. So we have a date? 12:13.
It's going to be reset.
Okay. All right, thank you. Case that's set today, there's a letter. Something like points. It's showing in the computer. Okay.
And Norma, can you call Leslie Lopez, the pretrial services officer on Yvette Martinez?
Yes.
It worked. This one.
The parties on Jorge Ortiz and probation. This is an application. Court is calling 2022 CR 8098, State of Texas versus Jorge Ortiz. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state, for the defense?
Ray Adams.
And are you Mr. Ortiz?
Yes, sir.
Counsel, I'm showing you the discovery acknowledgement. Have you received all the discovery in this case, and did you review it with your client?
I did, Your Honor, and I have.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Ortiz, I'm showing you what's entitled Application for Community Supervision Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Next, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes.
Mr. Ortiz, I'm going to show you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendants Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you're charged with the offense of arson as a second-degree felony?
Yes,
The
Your Honor.
range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea bargain agreement. If for any reason the court does not follow your agreement and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state will be, I'm sorry. I'm distracted a little bit. Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I believe he does, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I believe so, yes.
Mr. Ortiz, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
Thank you.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Next, I'm going to show you the plea bargain page. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at 6 years in the prison. There's a $1,500 fine to be probated. State recommends community supervision. There's restitution, if any, to Tiffany Cisneros. There's to be no contact with Tiffany Cisneros or the address that's located in Laredo, Texas. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
State?
Yes.
Showing you the paragraph entitled Waiver of Appeal paragraph. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, sir.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Then to the offense of arson, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? State, any evidence?
Yes, Judge. States Exhibit 1 and all attachments.
No objections.
Mr. Ortiz, I'm showing you what's entitled Waiver and Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor. We
Any-
waive PSI.
All right, anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, my client has seizures and he's had them since as a young child, and he's on medication for that. He's never used any drugs. He is, and he will do good on this probation. And we ask the judge to follow the plea.
All right, Mr. Ortiz, I'm from reading this police report. There are some concerns I have. So one of the concerns is it appears that someone has ceased their relationship with you. They don't want to be in a relationship with you anymore. Do you understand what that means?
Yes.
All right. So you set a car on fire. What did you use to set the car on fire?
It was lighter fluid.
Later.
So why would you do such a thing?
It was stupidity, just, I can't take it back. If I could, I'm just glad to God that nobody was hurt. It was just wrongful. I was setting a bad example for my son. And I know this now, he's the one that's taking the fall since I've ever been here arrested. He's the only one that's been hurting for me.
And how many children do you have?
Just him, just one son,
Age?
a 7.
How far did you go in school?
Me,
Yes.
9th grade.
Why did you drop out?
Cause I was in special ed and I got like bullied, so my dad just started putting me to work in his lawnmower business.
All right, so are you employed now?
SSI, disability from my seizures.
But he does work at a convenience store for
Stocking the chips and sodas.
Okay.
for as much as the government will allow him to work.
Okay. And so are you still having contact with this Miss Calvilla?
No, man.
And is she the mother of your son?
Yeah,
So where is your son?
with my mom.
Okay.
But my mom works, so my aunts help her to take care of her.
So was CPS services involved?
I know,
Child Protective Services? Were they ever involving your son?
no, man.
So how did your son end up with your mother and your aunts as opposed to his mother or you?
Cause they go through my mom to, like, I guess through her, since I never had contact with her. Like,
Okay. There's something I'm not getting here, but probation will be able to decipher what's going on. And this person, I don't know how you pronounce this last name. I want to say Kijoto or Joti, Q-U-I-J-O-T-E. And I look to my left. Quixote. There we go. Did you get that on the record? Everybody telling me how to pronounce that. So you're not to have any contact with them either. You understand?
yes,
And why is there, okay, the restitution to Tiffany Cisneros, is she the person who owned the vehicle?
No, Your Honor.
Well, why is there,
She's listed as the victim in one of their police reports, Judge.
Right. And there won't be any restitution to her, but we agreed that it would be put in there, they would check with her anyway.
all right, the complainants I have listed in this police report are the Quixote person and Cavilla. I don't see, am I missing Tiffany Cisneros? Let me look.
You want me to look for it?
Sure. Maybe it's in it. I see it now.
Okay.
Because I was like, where is that? All right, and so there's no restitution for the vehicle?
There will be some restitution for the vehicle.
All right, so that's not requested here?
It's not requested yet.
Is there a reason? Because the vehicle belongs to, I'm assuming, Quixote.
And it's my understanding that he is in Mexico.
Okay, So I'm gonna order that he pay restitution for the vehicle, if any.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. All right. As previously stated, the court is finding there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will find you guilty. The court will sentence you to 6 years in prison, suspended and probated for 4 years. There's a $1,500 fine to be probated. There's restitution, if any, to Juan Quijote. And also to Tiffany Cisneros. There's to be no contact with Tiffany Cisneros or the address that's located in Laredo, Texas, zip code 78041. You're aware of the Clark address, correct?
Yes, sir.
You're not to have any contact with that address.
Yes.
And it appears to be an apartment complex, but I'm just going to tell you not to have any contact with that apartment complex in Laredo, Texas.
Yes, sir.
There's to be proof of SSI or employment within 30 days of release. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. There's to be no unsupervised contact with minors.
Your Honor, except for his child.
No, I mean, he'll have to have someone with him when he has contact with his child.
Please don't do that, Your Honor.
Well, I mean, the reason why I have to do it is because there was some major anger going on this. For now, that's the way it's going to be. He can have contact with his son. I'm assuming his mother supervises and is unsupervised. And there's something that's going on here that I don't know the answer to, but I don't understand why he's telling me that the mother of the child doesn't have custody of the child. He doesn't have custody of the child, but the child is staying with his mom and his aunts. There's something else going on here that I don't know the answer to, but I do know that if a mother or a father is giving up physical custody of their child and someone else is keeping their child, there's something going on that I don't know about.
No.
Yes.
They go through her. My family goes through her. That way I won't contact her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, spend time with your mom. Once he does some anger management classes, I'll reconsider, and then he can have unsupervised contact. So I'm going to order anger management classes. And then once he completes those, then the court will consider him having unsupervised contact. So you can still have contact with your child. It just has to be an adult supervising, which I'm assuming that mom usually does anyway.
This child and he are, this is his whole life.
Mhm.
He loves this child and this child loves him.
Mhm.
So I'm trying to keep it. They need to see each other.
Yeah. Oh, no. I'm not forbidding him from seeing him. It's just that you need to have an adult supervise. So that can be your mom, it can be your aunts. And once you complete your anger management classes, in the court will maybe reconsider doing something else.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So there's to be anger management. 100 hours of community service restitution. 40 of those hours will be waived if you provide proof of the COVID vaccination. The court is not requiring you to get that, but if you do, 40 of those hours to be waived. We're going to do parenting classes with Triple T. And once you complete those parenting classes, the remaining of your community service hours will be waived. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Are there any drug issues with you?
No, ma'am.
All right, we'll do regular UAs. And we'll do field visits 1 time per month until further notice.
Yes,
All right, probation, is there anything else he needs?
No, Your Honor.
Is there anything else you need from me in order to be successful? All right, I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it? All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
And because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you. You're welcome. Who is Joseph Harris? The attorney for Joseph Harris? All right. Okay. All right, Leslie Lopez? Oh, he
Yes,
was
I'm
in
here.
his office. All right. All right, just one second, Mr. Cox. Ms. Lopez, did you get the update testing on Yvette Martinez?
Yes, I did. The results just came in yesterday for her test that she took on Monday. So that one was normal, and then the one from last week, that one was normal as well.
All right, Miss Martinez, if you can come up. All right, I'm being told that your tests were normal. So pretrial services continue with the same conditions as before.
Okay, sounds good, Judge.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, you're excused. You're welcome. And then Mr. Cox. And thanks for zooming in, Ms. Lopez.
You're welcome. Thank you, Judge.
All right, here we are. All right, what is happening with Mr. Harris? State was to make an offer. That's what I have here. I have discovery acknowledgement signed and filed. October 17th, we're to come back on November 17th, the state to make an offer.
But we are not yet prepared to make an offer. We would ask for a little more time to do that.
Okay. All right, Ms. Fergus, can I have a 30-day reset? Is that enough time or you need more?
That's enough, Judge. Thank you.
All right. A 30-day reset on Mr. Harris, please. All right, we'll come back on December 13th.
That's 13. That's not 30 days.
It's close to it, though.
I would say just, why not come back in the new year? New date.
But see,
I mean, it would be more.
but do you want the offer in the old year and then maybe good things will happen in the new year? All right, we're gonna do the 19th. That's your month.
19th, that'll be fine.
Okay.
That's close to Christmas with maybe. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that's fine.
All right, thank you. And thanks for dressing appropriately for court.
Oh, that's appreciate it. I need an intercom.
All right, and state, have you had a chance to review this motion on Yuri Dallas?
I believe they submitted it a couple months ago, and I think it did not be a good reference.
Okay.
Your Honor, I did include his signature on the order. That he posed no objection.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for letting me hop in.
Oh, no problem. Just let probation know.
Yes.
Leonardo Rosales. Yes.
I just received the CPS evidence, and I'm scheduling the interview with that.
Oh, that's the line.
What?
Oh, that's the line.
Oh, I know. I'm like, I'll move.
Everybody always looks at the line and then they're like, hey, well, let me come forward. No, no problem.
So yes, Your Honor, I've just received some more evidence right now. He had 2 cases, and I've been retained on both as of today. I've informed the courier that I will be sending a letter of rep this afternoon.
Okay, all right. Let me find him on the docket sheet. All right, your client was late. Why?
Oh, because no podía parquearme hasta la noche.
He was having a hard time looking for parking, Your Honor. I'll make sure he gets here early next time.
All right.
Next time to see him, okay? I'll make sure he gets around that.
All right, and Norma, can you let Ms. Corley know that counsel has been retained on both cases?
Yes.
All right, and then on this one, Ms. Ferguson, can we recall this in 30 days?
I can do the 19th.
All right, we'll come back on the 19th. State, will you be prepared to make an offer on Leonardo Rosales?
Yeah, I was actually going through right now to put an offer in, but I believe that Mr. Casandra's email address, so I can not offer next thing this ain't next time.
Okay, all right, we'll come back on the
Thank you,
19th.
Your Honor.
Just get a reset form for Ms. Ferguson.
Will do.
How was the Austin traffic?
Horrible. It really was. There was a bad accident too, so it was freaking out getting here, but I made it.
You did. I don't know why they don't have a rail. It would be nice if you can just hop on a rail, go to Austin and come back.
Well over 2 hours today.
Okay.
Good to see you, Your Honor.
All right, you too. All right, they'll give you your reset form. Oh, I forgot to ask, and I mean no disrespect by this, but I always ask, is your client a citizen?
No, Your Honor.
All right, so will you need a immigration attorney appointed?
No, Your Honor.
So you're going to take care of that?
Mhm.
All right, Ms. Ferguson. Anyone else ready? Because everybody's going back at, is it 12:45?
12:30.
12:30, yes. So 12:30, thank you. Norma said something different last time. I blame Norma and everyone else for that one. Oh, well, I was asking them, what time did we agree to break? And everybody said, oh, no, it's 1:30. Yeah, over here. They were not responding. And Norma, can you have Carl Benzel come back and take care of his client?
He's went to another door. He's waiting for somebody else to find some paperwork or something.
Okay, who's here on John Albert Sanchez?
I am your
Yes.
Jason Ty. Your Honor, these are 2 motions. One's a motion to amend bond and one is a motion to travel. The motion to amend bond, and both are agreed by the state that we've conferred.
Mhm.
The motion to amend bond is to allow him to be with his parents. Leaves for Thanksgiving and Christmas. With the understanding that if one of the conditions, he's not allowed to be around minor children, that if minor children were to come, he would leave. The second one is a motion to travel for purposes of work. Is a conference in South Texas. We'd like to-
You want to have the state?
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
I sent you, I emailed you on both of these, I think,
Okay, let me see.
and I see Mr. Todd about the green orders. Yeah, I can print them out.
Yeah, could you?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. All right.
Because nobody felt I needed a printer here. They're like, she doesn't need a printer. John Dominiquez,
Yes, Your Honor. I'm here in that case. I just
Okay.
wanted to talk to you a minute.
yes. All right, so what is happening on this case?
Your Honor, I have to make an appointment to go to the office and look at some CPS records.
Okay,
And they have about 300 pages of discovery they just handed me to look at. And as well, as far as coming back this afternoon, I have a broken left ankle and I'm supposed to have a doctor's appointment at 3.
oh my gosh, are you walking on a broken ankle?
Yes, actually, but they're gonna fix it. They're gonna-
Oh my gosh, this is like the, I don't know, well, the Wild West or something where people just snap your ankle back into place. All right, Ms. Ferguson, on Mr. Dominguez, can you set this for the beginning of January?
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna come back on January 5th. That'll give your attorney time to review all of the CPS records that's been given to him, okay?
May I speak to him just for a minute before he goes?
Yes,
Thank you. Thank you, Your Honor.
you're welcome.
Sorry, the January.
Okay, good.
Good, okay, thank you. Yeah. No, I just wanted to talk to him. Can I talk to him over here? Thank you.
It's here on April Apollinar.
I am Judge. Holt.
All right, and where's April Apollinar?
She is on the third row, I think,
Come forward.
second row.
All right, so the state was to make an offer today. Has that been made?
Judge, they made an offer. I'd given them some information to consider after the offer was made. They want to make an attempt to contact one of the confirming witnesses and consider my counter offer. If I'm not mistaken.
That's correct, Judge. He made a counter offer that I think at this point, we need to talk to, I'm gonna have Brittany talk to the individuals involved in the case and then we'll either say yay or nay to that counter offer if we get a reset.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can I have a 30-day reset on Apollinar? All right, we're gonna come back on December 13th. At that time, you need to let the court know if you're accepting the offer. All right,
Thank
Ms.
you, Judge.
Ferguson will give you a reset form. Jose Garcia.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Where's Mr. Garcia?
He is in the hospital after a wreck last week. He's still in the hospital.
All right, is
I'm
there?
getting, I've just been texting with him, asking him to send me the stuff. Said he's supposed to be released tomorrow. So if I can get you the stuff, we're resending for sometime short after that.
Yes, but he needs to give me that information and that needs to be before 1 o'clock today. Otherwise, a warrant will be issued.
I'm texting with his wife. I just said, which hospital? You know, blah, blah. Do you need the actual documentation by 1?
Yes. They
I'm
need
gonna
to give me
get it.
something.
I guess she can take a picture of him in the hospital room.
No, I need documentation. Yeah. Or if you want, we can recall it for tomorrow.
We call it for tomorrow. I think that.
And
would
when
be
he
okay.
comes in tomorrow, he needs to have that documentation. If he does
Sure.
not, a warrant will be issued.
Tomorrow. I'll get him in here tomorrow. Yeah, I have something in presiding, but I'll tell him I'm here. Don't get over there.
But wait 1 second, before we do that.
Sure.
Ms. Ferguson. I show that his client was a no-show on October 25th, then he was recalled for October 27th, 26th, and he was still a no-show. Can you tell me what's in the system?
I can't tell you what happened yesterday.
Because I think at that point in time, we were waiting for doctors' information.
October 25th.
And then he got recalled for the 26th
26th.
because he was a no-show.
I don't see on the 26th my notes, but that doesn't mean. Oh, I know why I wasn't here. I was in Tom Green County. Yeehaw.
Bless. Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Yeah, so it was set on the 25th. The defendant was a no-show, so it was recalled on the 26th,
Okay,
and he was a no-show.
okay,
So again, we're here today and he's a no-show.
okay. I'll have him here tomorrow.
All right, if
Best
he,
I can tell you.
here's the thing, if he's not here tomorrow at exactly at 9 a.m., a warrant will be issued.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Thank you.
you're welcome. All right, Norma, Mr. Garcia is coming back tomorrow at 9 a.m. All right, and Norma, we need Raymond Dale.
This guy's a future.
Okay. Can I see the file on Garza? Garza?
Oh, that's his name, you wonder, and he denied.
Okay, thank you.
It's on the court.
Sounds like there's always these high outside of county.
I've already.
May I approach your honor?
Yes.
Hi, Judge. So apparently the Austin attorney's been hired on both cases, which is great. And he's going to file a motion to substitute.
Yes.
May I be excused?
Yes.
Terrific.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
You too.
Thank you all.
You're welcome. All right, and Norma Christopher Castro, we need that attorney. All right, can I see the file on Mario Carazan? Carranza. All right, Mario Carranza, if you can come forward. Your attorney is ill,
Right.
so what day are we bringing him back next month?
You want to bring him in within 2 weeks?
Yes.
I can do December 1st.
All right, so you're gonna come back on the, no, I'm sorry, December 1st, and they'll give you a reset form.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
You want to see you on?
And we need Michael Young. Who's here on Sergio Garcia?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Frankie Sandoval on behalf of Mr. Garcia on both current matters pending.
All right, what is happening on Mr. Garcia's cases?
Your Honor, we're here on, I believe the second process. I think we had a process last week or last
Well,
month.
today the state was to make an offer.
State has tendered an offer, Your Honor. Mr. Garcia is respectfully rejecting that offer at this time.
All right, have you received all the discovery?
The discovery appears to be uploaded. Have I received it? No, only because of the enormous amount of videos, or about 98 videos that my compact 286 is trying to download. But we've discussed that with the state, and that continues to be an issue. I'll provide them with a hard drive.
Okay, when is the hard drive going to be provided? Come back in a month, will you have that?
Oh, I believe unless there's some technical issues, Your Honor, that should be an issue then.
All right, Ms. Fergus, can I have a month reset on Garcia, please? All right, we'll be back on December 19th and make sure that you have the information.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Is there any way I can get a monitor so I can work? Because my kids are actually dependent on me
You're in custody. What do you mean a monitor?
to like.
And if I may, Your Honor, we're in discussions with the state with respect to them considering a request.
All right, your attorney will need to file a motion. All right, and then we can hear that on the 19th.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. All right, thank you.
He's gonna have turkey and then he's gonna come see us.
Yeah.
Hi.
My client was FTA, but he was active warrant, so
Yeah.
yeah, I just wanted, but I didn't want you to think I forgot about you.
Oh, no, no,
You know,
I hear you.
because I was like, I'm rushing. I know it's almost 12 o'clock, but I'm trying to get through it.
All right, no
That's okay.
problem.
Thanks, Judge. Take care. Have a good
Welcome.
one. Have a good
Bye-bye.
Thanksgiving.
You too. All right, can I see the file back on his client? It was Christopher Garza.
Where I go.
Oh, you filed it away. I just need to change something in the on the docket.
May I approach, Judge?
Yes.
Right.
Just to let you know, we have a plea in the works.
Oh, what? Yeah.
So we'll stay until we get that done. Are you gonna work?
Oh, just as long as you all,
We can probably get it done pretty quick.
okay, yes, you're welcome. Oh, sorry. Mr. Cox?
There was one that was, that's on docket.
Rogelio Sanchez?
Yes, ma'am. I think that's just kind of a follow-up on I think the state had indicated last hearing that they weren't going to speak for death penalty.
All right, could I see Rogelio Sanchez file? Oh. No, they made that announcement. And so I want to say today is just for discovery.
Yes. Ma'am. Let me see if they should reach out every.
All right. Yes, because you all had already announced on,
I think it was just to come back because I think that day, maybe we didn't have a court reporter. And I want to say maybe that it was just to come back for that reason.
you are so, your mind is a
That's
steel
good.
trap.
See that? Hey, focus factors.
Yeah.
It is. So is your client here or no?
Here, Judge.
Mr. Rogelio Sanchez. All right, the court is calling 2020 CR 10450 and 2020 CR 10474A, State of Texas versus Rogelio Sanchez. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Ryan Groomer for the state of Texas.
Defense?
Cornelius Cox for the defendant.
And are you Mr. Sanchez?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so we're going to proceed on 2020 CR 10450 and state, as you reminded the court, you made an announcement on whether or not you were seeking the death penalty on October 17th, but it's recalled today because at that time we didn't have a court reporter. So for the record, state, are you seeking the death penalty on that case or no?
Judge, we are not going to be seeking the death penalty in Mr. Sanchez's case. We're proceeding on a capital murder non-death.
All right, and where are we on discovery with each of the cause numbers?
So I think I gave Ms. Garza, co-counsel on this case, a discovery drive with everything on it. I think we're pretty close to there. I think she was going to go through it and see if there was anything else she had. But I think we're very close on discovery, if not there already.
All right, so Ms. Ferguson, can I have a January date for Mr. Sanchez for discovery? If you're okay with that, Mr. Cox.
That's fine, Judge. Almost after the bowl. Because I think we may get on New Year's Day.
Okay.
So as long as it's after that. The 15th.
All right, January.
That's Martin Luther King.
Yeah, you can't get, this is the second time she's done that, Cornelius. I don't know, what is she trying to say to me? I don't know. All right,
Okay, 18th.
January 18th. So we'll come back on January 18th, 2023. And if there's something else that you need before that date, just set it on the docket.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, and I'm assuming that states you're going to be proceeding on this case as opposed to the aggravated kidnapping?
Judge, at this time, yes, Judge. I believe they're both out of the same set of circumstances, but yes, I think at this point, I think that would be the plan.
All right, if there is nothing else, then Mr. Cox, you are excused.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay. All right. Yeah. And we need Michael Young here with Ferguson on Alejandra Ospina.
Yes.
And could I see the remaining files we have? And Norma, do you have any update on George Schaefer?
So he's running late.
In my notes, I have that this is supposed to be set for December 8th. Antonio Flores. So it's, well, he's not here, so it's coming back on December 8th.
Notice.
And this one, they say they're working on a plea. All right, and then we need an attorney appointed for Luis Puente.
His attorneys in Wilson County judges for the late.
No. His attorney, his client has said that he has never seen his attorney. And Mr. Ernst, is he appointed or retained?
Is he good?
Yes, his client has said he's never seen him. So it's going to be another attorney appointed. Oh, see if we can get an attorney here today. something on the record first. Mr. Puente, can you come down, please? All right, the court is calling 2021 CR 0996, State of Texas versus Luis Puente Jr. Are you Mr. Puente? All right, Mr. Puente, the attorney who was appointed to represent you was Cal Ernst. Have you had any contact with Mr. Ernst?
Yes.
All right. Are you asking that you receive a new court-appointed attorney?
Yes.
All right, then that will be granted. Your new court-appointed attorney who's present today will be Mr. Cornelius Cox.
Yes.
All right, thank you. You may confer. Yes. No, I think you give those to Luca. I think you did.
Oh, I did.
Mhm.
Did anything happen with it? Oh, well, obviously not. I have-
Let me see. What page is he on? Was he set today? Do you remember who the attorney was?
Ray, I don't-
Oh, that. Mhm. What was he charged with?
that under 2,500. Possession in one part of the house.
I think that was, I want to say that was that was reset for December 13th.
Oh.
All right, and Norma on Aspina, recall that tomorrow. She's supposed to be by Zoom. Who's that? Could I put on one of that? Michael Young. No, she was supposed to be by Zoom today. Her attorney is Michael Young. It's a male. Okay, Alejandro Espina. He was supposed to be by Zoom.
Jeremy, maybe you also use top here is a giant.
All right, and Megan Tierney, that's supposed to be for December 1st. And Norma, do you have any updates on Alberto Rodriguez, on Jeremy Medina? All right.
He was not sick with his wife.
Okay,
Yeah, I gave you that statement yesterday. He didn't have his wife. Just had it.
okay. So recall this for 1 month. What date?
I can do the
Never
13th.
course ready. You ready? Never course ready.
On, what?
I'll be in your office. I'll be in my office.
I know, no, we're gonna call you right now. Yes.
Okay.
All right, so everyone, Jeremy Medina, he can go back. Can you let him know at his attorney's request, his case is being recalled? Mr. Medina, your case is going to be recalled for December 13th. Your attorney had some illness in his family. So we're going to come back on December 13th. Okay, we'll have you set on December 13th. And if your attorney does not appear and is unable to appear, we'll see what we can do, okay? All right, thank you. All right, the court is going to call. You ready? Court is calling 2021 CR 0996, State of Texas versus Luis Puente. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state? For the defense?
Cornelius Scott.
And are you Mr. Puente?
Yes.
All right, Mr. Puente, I'm going to show you what's entitled Motion to Revoke Community Supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Are you the same Luis Puente Jr. who was placed on community supervision in 2021 CR 0996 for the offense of felon in possession of a firearm on January 25th, 2022 for a term of 6 years? Is that you?
Yes.
All right, Mr. Puente, do you understand that your attorney has 10 days from appointment to prepare for trial in this matter?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you asking that he proceed without that preparation?
Yes,
Defense, are you requesting any extra time?
No, Your Honor.
All right, state.
It should violate condition number 4. In Berry County, Texas, the defendant Luis Puente Jr. did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of March and April of 2022 in violation of condition number 4.
How do you plead to that? True or not true? No, true or not true? State,
We'll waive all of the violations.
any
Okay.
objections to the state's waivers?
No objection.
All right, Mr. Puente, did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 4, the court could find it true, grant the motion, sentence you to 3 years in prison and up to a $1,500 fine? Did you understand?
yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 4?
Yes.
Court will find violation of condition number 4 true. Is there an agreement?
Yes, Judge, we're asking that you do not deny the MTR and follow probation's recommendation, which is to amend for ISP high-risk caseload.
Is that the agreement?
Yes.
Are you asking the court to
Yes,
follow
ma'am.
that follow that agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you waiving your right to appeal?
Yes.
All right, then the court will deny the motion, alter amend conditions to include ISP high-risk caseload. Probation, how many times does that mean that the probation will perform field visits, or do I need to add that?
To be on the safe side, Your Honor, I would add it. I don't have particular number of times a specific number of times they go for ISP.
So we'll do field visits 2 times per month.
I do need an updated address.
454 there.
All right, so now, just a second. What's going to end up happening is I'm going to follow the agreement. I'm gonna do ISP high-risk caseload. We're gonna do field visits 2 times per month until further notice. And when probation goes over your conditions, you're gonna provide them with the residence today. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And at that residence, who's there?
Adolf went, no,
Your uncle.
Yeah.
So defendant will reside with Adolf Puente.
yes,
Does he want you staying there?
yeah, I had moved back,
Okay. Are there any children in the household?
no, ma'am,
All right, is this just you and your uncle?
yes, ma'am.
All right, we will do that and we'll do no unsupervised contact with minors. All right, if something happens at the household and you need to move, you'll need to let probation know, okay? All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Thank you. All right, and where is Carl Basil? Norma, can you call Mr. Basil and tell him we need him here now? State, what is happening with Hickman?
I believe we made an offer at the last sitting, Judge, but I'll.
Okay, thank you.
No, I didn't send it to you.
Hi, Judge.
Hi.
I'm sorry. That
No
was
problem.
for Ospina. That was my court partner, Jacqueline Williamson's case. We got a call. I'm just checking in.
Okay, yes, he was supposed to appear by Zoom
Okay.
because he's in Houston. That's what it shows.
Okay, thanks, Judge.
So it's tomorrow by Zoom.
Tomorrow by Zoom at 9 a.m.
Yes.
I'll
All
make
right.
sure that he's there. Thank you.
All
Judge.
right, thank you.
Send it. I did send a Zoom link. Okay. Yeah. I emailed you. Spicy.
No, not from all.
Yeah.
Is it still there?
Yeah, it should be done. It's done.
Hey, maybe she's talking to you, man. You're over here talking about Jimmy John.
No, it's literally even. It's good.
The judge.
No, it's a little bit. Yeah.
Back there. Yes. What can we do? As long as I'm going to be potentially your stuff. This is all. Why is she done trying? I say, look, is it the? She was. She was doing other things, but because she was skinny. She was so.
She wouldn't like that.
I don't know, but that's. If she sits, she fits it. Somehow she.
Yes.
They're starting to figure out what she. Give her my brain.
Reyna, and Robert Perez Jr. Did you understand that to be the plea?
ma'am.
Defense is at the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
State is at the plea?
Yes.
Next, I'm showing you the paragraph entitled waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places? Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
ma'am.
Counsel, are there any such motions?
No, not rolled on.
Next, I'm showing you outside the agreement, the state is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 5 years. There'll be a TAP evaluation, 200 hours community service restitution, and you to follow the recommendation from your TAP evaluation. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations? Then to the offense is charged in count 2. How do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence?
Yes, Judge, states exhibit 1 and all attachments.
No objection, Your Honor.
Mr. Schermerhorn, I'm showing you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places? Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call them the right to remain silent? Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, other review on states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are we proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, Mr. Schermerhorn has come to a point in his life and in this process of being really motivated to move his life in a different direction, seek and maintain sobriety. And we understand we're going to have a TAP evaluation and recommendations for treatment will be made. And he is motivated for that treatment. And he's spent a lot of time getting to this moment. Is there something you would like to say to the court? Okay.
All right, who is Amber Milligan or Mel?
She's a
Again.
friend. That's the friend that I've given the right to.
Okay,
I mean, these are not probably people that he'll be seeing again.
all right. Do you have any children? How many?
I have a daughter, she's 9.
And where is she?
She's in North Carolina right now.
Are you employed?
Yes, ma'am.
What do you do?
Remodeling. construction-
I'm sorry?
Remodeling, construction. I build houses, remodel.
When you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be?
Negative.
Negative.
I mean, you're getting drug tested today.
Yeah.
So here's the thing,
No,
I'm
they'll-
trying,
they'll be positive.
all right, positive for what?
In all honesty, I found out my father had stage 4 cancer.
No, don't do that.
No, okay, oh, okay. I'm
Don't
sorry.
make
What
excuses.
was it positive for? Probably marijuana, and meth. And maybe alcohol because it's Tuesday night.
So Last time, you're saying the last time you used was Tuesday? And how often are you using meth?
I don't use that often at all, ever, like really. it's
No,
my-
well, it's not a,
You know what, Judge, if I may.
yes.
He's, and I have said this to him, but it's not any news to anybody if you look at his record. Like, to me, Justin Schermerhorn meets the exact definition of what an addict is. A drug alcoholic and addict. His whole history is around those substances.
No, I understand it. I want him to be truthful with me because I'm trying to figure out what conditions to give you so that you can be successful. Now, if you're truthful to me and I don't give you conditions that you need to be successful and you're unsuccessful, that's my fault. But if you're not truthful to me and I don't give you conditions to help you be successful, then that's all your fault. So what I need to know from you, and I'm trying to discover where you are in your sobriety or your addiction. So that's why I'm asking these questions. So how often are you using drugs? Let's start there.
Every week, at least once a week,
Okay,
at least once a week.
all right. And are you using with anyone? Are you using by yourself? All right. And who's with you today?
My girlfriend,
And what's her name?
Mary Lipton. Mary Lipton.
All right, is she using?
No, she can't, she's pregnant.
No, here's the thing. There have been many of people who've been pregnant and still use drugs. That's why we have Child Protective Services. And this is what I've discovered in my life. I've discovered that at some point, if you're around the barbershop and you hang out the barbershop long enough, you're going to get a haircut. Usually people who are using drugs, the people who they're around use drugs too. For example, you're not going to see me hanging around with marathon runners. You know why? Because I don't run marathons. You're not going to see me hanging around with people who do excellent deadlift weights, right? Deadlifts, because, I may go see a show, but I don't know the lingo. I don't know, how to get involved. So you're not going to see me hanging around with them. So usually when someone is around someone who's using meth every day, which you are, that's an issue. So do you have somewhere else to live other than with her?
Yeah.
And where would that be?
My father.
Does your father want you living with him?
Yes. Yes. He's not, doesn't have too much fun. Yes. my dad wants to go.
All right, so you're not going to be allowed to stay with her. You got to work on yourself. And I need somebody that I think will hold you accountable. And I don't know if she will hold you accountable. What's her name?
Mary. Mary Lipton.
How do you spell the last name?
L-I-P-P-Y.
All right, so this is what the court will do. The court is going to follow your.
You're not ordering no contact completely, are you?
He's not to reside with her.
Okay.
Okay, that's understood.
All right. And if you go to her house, I'm only going to allow you to be there for no more than an hour. And I'm going to put you on GPS, so I'll know that that's the case.
Okay.
All right. So it's going to be 6 years in the prison, suspended and probated for 5 years. There's going to be GPS, partial. And that's for work. And he's allowed to go to doctor's appointments with Mary Lipley. That's why you'll be able to see her. If she has a medical appointment, you can take her to a medical appointment. But you're going to need to get permission from probation. So that's going to mean that you're going to have to provide them documentation that this is when we're going in for this checkup for the baby, and this is when we're going in for that checkup. You understand? Now, once you are in your sobriety, then the court may consider changing that and allow you to spend more time with her. So the only time you're allowed to spend with her is at the doctor's appointments. You understand? So GPS partial for work and medical appointments.
Can he attend, help with his dad for medical appointments? His dad has cancer.
Okay, with Mary Lippy. And what's your father's name?
James Scott. James.
Okay, and with James Schermerhorn, his father. I'm going to want field visits 3 times per month, and you had better not be taking your father's medication. You understand? because your father, now people say that, but I'm telling you, when people are in the throes of their addiction, they do things that normally they wouldn't do. So you had better not be taking any of your father's medication, because I'm sure he needs that for his treatment and he'll need it for pain. You understand? So there's going to be field visits 3 times per month, proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home healthcare provider with minors. It's going to be a TAP evaluation while out of custody. If you miss that appointment, you're going to end up getting a warrant for your arrest. It's going to be a violation of your probation. You understand? So we're going to do a TAP evaluation, follow all TAP recommendations. If TAP recommends inpatient treatment, we'll start with intensive outpatient treatment first and see how that works. I'm going to want 90 sober meetings in 90 days. And probation, regardless of what the TAP evaluation says. If it says he doesn't need treatment, he's still doing intensive outpatient treatment. And you need to be honest with them, you understand? There's going to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. We're going to do the UA hotline until further notice. And defer GPS payments. You're welcome. There'll be 200 hours of community service restitution. 40 of those hours will be waived if you provide proof of the COVID vaccination. The court is not requiring that, but if you do with the booster, 40 of those hours will be waived. I'm going to want parenting classes with triple T. Once you complete parenting classes, then the remaining of the community service hours will be waived. There's to be no contact with Amber Melugin, Melugin. Melugin. Alan Martin. Felicia, Felisha, Reina. And Robert Perez Jr. And there's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. All right, is there anything else he needs probation?
You said the UA hotline, right, Your Honor?
Yes, the UA hotline until further notice.
That's all.
Mr. Schermerhorn, is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful?
Just to clarify, as he progresses in probation, the court will revisit the contact
Yes.
conditions.
Yes. So whether or not you have contact, whether or not you get to spend more time with the young lady who came in with you, that all depends on you. I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it? Because this is a plea bargaining agreement, because I followed your plea bargaining agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand? Because this is felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. You understand? All right, we can go off the record. I understand that your father is going through things and he has medical issues, but you're not helping him by saying, oh, my father has medical issues, so let me, break with my sobriety and use continuously, because guess what? That's just adding on to what he already has to deal with. I can guarantee you, no parent wants to see their child suffering through addiction. And so now he has his medical treatment he has to go through, plus trying to make sure that you get your life together. You understand? All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. I'll call based on Mr. Hickman.
Yes, Your Honor.
Is she able to come in by Zoom tomorrow?
Call that voicemail, text her, my clients tell me she's works at Southwest Airlines and can't always answer the phone.
All right, so what we'll recall it for tomorrow, Mr. Hickman, and we'll see if she's available to appear by Zoom or you receive the letter.
Okay, that's fine. I text her too, but he told me that she can't always answer the phone right away.
Okay.
That makes sense.
All right, and if we can make arrangements at 9 a.m. if she's here at 9, if she's available to speak at 9 a.m., we'll take this up at 9 a.m.
Okay.
right, thank you.
I can let Norma know when I hear back if that's what I'm gonna do.
Yes,
Okay, thanks. Sean.
you're welcome. All right, I think we are done for today. We'll be back tomorrow at 9.